What happens with Ohtani long term in Anaheim? Because if they're not going to have a winning team around him, something tells me he's going to get out of there soon.
It's a fascinating question because, I hate to be like this, but I never thought it would be this good to begin with. I did not have faith that the Angels were even going to get one good season out of him where he was doing both. And so, now that, again, we're talking about gimmicks again, trust me, it's blowing me away what this guy is doing. But I don't necessarily know how sustainable that is on a good team, never mind a team that completely sucks or can't seem to get anything going on a pitching standpoint. From a pitching standpoint, I don't know, man. That's a big question for that franchise because you can say everything you want about how great Mike Trout is. Mike Trout is not a star. Sorry. You know what I mean? He's a great player, not a star. Those are two separate things. And so if you're thinking about how you want to put butts in the seats and you're thinking about how you want to get eyeballs on your franchise, you're not going to get much better than Shohei Ohtani. We saw him at the All-Star game. The cheers were tremendous. Everybody was there to see him. When he when he fell out of the home run derby, half the stadium left. You know what I mean? This guy is a legit draw. So that's a question they're going to have to think about. And I think that's also a question for the Ohtani camp to think about. He's been here for a couple seasons. He's got a little bit more under his belt in terms of understanding what the United States is about from a grind standpoint. And I don't know. I think that they're going to have to choose. And I'm not going to lie. If I'm not trying to win games and I'm just trying to choose people to show up to watch, I'm choosing Shohei. That's what I'm doing.
Yankees and White Sox tonight out in the corn in Iowa. Clinton Yates joins the show. The Yankees, I thought, were done. And then this night in the Bronx, this ominous night where the rain was coming down, a fan threw something at Verdugo, and it seemed like the energy, the vibes around both teams, the Red Sox and the Yankees, just changed and went on different courses. The Yankees made some moves to the deadline. The fact that they still have a season is remarkable to me. I thought they were done. What are your thoughts on the Yankees? And they got to get a win tonight. Every game counts for them down the stretch.
They got to get a win tonight, and I don't want to talk bad about my boy Booney, but that team is now in playing for their manager's job territory on some level, which always gives a little extra boost. I don't think there's anything wrong with that level of motivation, but I just don't think that franchise is going to look at that team and say, hey, homers and strikeouts and no playoffs. What are we doing here? And I just think that they kind of finally figured it out. It takes a while for these things. Tonight's game is huge. This is also kind of weird, too, why tonight's game is a little awkward. It's like you're playing a relatively important division matchup, not between two teams in the same division, but within each division, these teams matter, in Iowa in the middle of the week. So I'm glad to see that this isn't going to be just another kind of throwaway baseball game. They will be playing hard. Balls out into the corn are going to make some difference. This isn't just Hollywood movies with James Earl Jones wearing suspenders out here in these streets, So it'll be a good game tonight. And I think that the Yankees, look, do I love the way they play baseball? No. Do I think that the way that they play baseball can get them to the playoffs? I do.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.